again.
What's happening, everybody? I ran across a story about changes in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Excuse me. So, Leyna Bloom becomes the first transgender woman of color to model in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. So Leyna Bloom is making waves in the latest Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. The model became the first transgender woman of color to grace the pages of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue since its iconic inception 60 years ago. Bloom follows in the footsteps of Brazilian model Valentina Sampaio, who became the first openly transgender Sports Illustrated swimsuit model in July 2020. "This moment is bigger than my wildest infinite dreams," wrote Bloom, who identifies as Black and Filipino. "In this moment, I am a representation of all communities I grew from and all the communities I'm planting seeds in." MJ Day, Sports Illustrated swimsuit editor-in-chief, said Bloom was selected not because of what she represents, but because of her beauty, commitment to and desire to leave the world a better place. Valentina Sampaio made history as the first openly transgendered Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, and her presence as the first trans woman of color to be in our issue is a result of her lifetime dedication to forging her own path that has led to acceptance, love, and change, Day said. "She represents every person's right to love themselves and be who they want to be. We are honored to have her in this year's issue and understand the effect it will have on so many others." Bloom has been breaking barriers in the fashion industry. She became one of the first openly transgender models during New York Fashion Week in September 2017 and was the first transgender woman of color to appear in Vogue India in October 2017. In 2018, Glamour named Bloom as one of the 6 women who are shaping the future of fashion. "It is not just in the trans community," Bloom told Glamour. "It's in my Black community. It's in my Asian community. I'm the product of deportation and immigration, so I'm a product of many different things in our society that I've used my voice to stand up for." Despite being featured on major runways and publications, her career hasn't come without rejection. In 2018, she unsuccessfully campaigned to become the first transgender woman of color in the once esteemed Victoria's Secret fashion show. Sampaio went on to become Victoria's Secret's first transgender model in August 2019. Okay. So, guys, I just wanted to, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to, bring your attention to a few things in this article. One being that in 2018, Glamour named Bloom as one of the 6 women who are shaping the future of fashion. Bloom's not a woman. She's transgender, but she's not a woman. So, and I'm not saying this from a position of hate or anything of that nature. I'm just curious as to how women feel that now they have to compete with transgendered women for spots that they exclusively had in the past. We're starting to see this a lot. And I mean, it's uncomfortable. I mean, it is, because I mean, these publications have been exclusive to men who wanted to view attractive women. And we all know, I mean, I remember, you know, in the military and, you know, in my younger days, you know, us looking at Sports Illustrated models and being attracted to them. So that being said, you know, let's talk about attraction a little bit. So men look at these women based on their standards for attractiveness in women that they may potentially want to marry or have relationships with. And I'm talking about women. So these are heterosexual people who are viewing these publications, and this publication catered to heterosexual men. So now there's a move to put transgender women into these publications. So what's the objective? Why is there not a transgendered Sports Illustrated magazine issue? If we're not targeting heterosexual men in order to elicit attraction to these women, then what are we doing here? I mean, physical attraction, you know, let me just read this to you guys. You know, men on average tend to be attracted to women who have a youthful appearance and exhibit such features as a symmetrical face, full breast, full lips, and a low hip to waist to hip ratio. Okay? So they're looking for these things for specific reasons. So, I mean, the research indicates that heterosexual men tend to be attracted to young and beautiful women with symmetrical bodies. So the modern world has only increased the emphasis that men place on women's looks. So there's a reason why men are attracted to these features. You know, it goes on to say that facial symmetry has been shown to be considered attractive in women. Men have been found to prefer full lips, high forehead, broad face, small chins, small nose, short and narrow jaws, high cheekbones, clear, smooth skin, and wide set eyes. So all of these things can be obtained nowadays through the modern advances in surgical procedures. So mathematically, this can be obtained. And one has to, ask themselves, transgender women who are being featured in these heterosexual publications obviously want heterosexual men to be attracted to them. And I can see where there is a concern over a situation where the lines are going to be blurred. Heterosexuality is not going to be as clear cut, I think, in the future, because look at the precedent that's being set. So you have someone who is clearly beautiful. Let's just say that they're beautiful, period. Okay. If you didn't know any better, this person is mixed in with the women, the natural women. I don't know where this cis, came from, but those are gay terms. The gay community's terms. I prefer natural, natural born. I don't know why we have to create new terms to identify, a situation that was present before all of this other stuff, came about. But clearly, people say that there's not an agenda, but it appears to be. There's been an uproar over the over-sexualization of female characters in comic books. They're even, adding transgendered and gay characters to comic books. They're even making traditionally heterosexual characters into gay characters. We're starting to see, gay characters in every aspect of the media. Now I understand representation. This is different from representation. Even the writing feels forced. I wouldn't have an issue, and I think most people wouldn't have an issue if a character was just genuinely in whatever story that's presented. But it just seems like every situation has to have either a gay character, a transgender character, a lesbian character. Nothing was ever this inclusive with regard to Black characters. In movies, television, none of that. And not to mention that, I haven't seen very many white gay characters. They've all been ethnic in some way. They've all been Black, or Black and Hispanic, or Black and Filipino. But it seems like the representation is only one way. So that makes me wonder. Again, I can't tell you what the agenda is. I can't think for you. I just want you to think. Think about what the tradition of this publication has been and what's being added to it now and who the audience is. And why we're doing what we're doing. If you want representation, can you not have a publication that has the most beautiful transgendered models in it? Put it out at the same time as the Sports Illustrated, model issue comes out, That's representation. And the people who want to look at it will look at it. But I don't think that you should force us to basically consume something that we didn't ask for. We didn't ask for this. the LGBT community asked for this, but we didn't. The people who actually view this publication and purchase this publication, we didn't ask for that. So you have a woman clearly on here, well, you know what I mean, that is going to have boys attracted to her, young men attracted to her. So, and I understand she's openly transgender, but still, there are things about heterosexual attraction to women that are subconscious, that are not necessarily under the person's control. So, and when these people are in, they're young, they can be swayed in a direction that they may not necessarily want to go. I mean, I may be getting into a gray area here. I'm just trying to make you guys think, So in some of the, the Twitter sections that, I came across when I was, researching this, Miss Bloom, making records. She is the first Black and Asian trans woman to be featured in Sports Illustrated. Leyna Bloom is the first. Same. We already went over that. So, okay. She was on Sunday, said, "I love my Sunday starting off. Thank you to my MSNBC family for giving me this opportunity to speak on these important issues. We must always do our part together." First Black Asians transgender swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated. Leyna Bloom talks about few other people about what it's like to be a part of so many victimized communities. I didn't know the Filipinos were victimized. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, we know Black people are victimized. We know that. Leyna Bloom, breaking modeling barrier. This is what it looks like to be in full bloom, according to Los Angeles LGBT Center. This moment is bigger than my wildest infinite dreams. I am representation of all communities. Okay, I already went over that. Okay, but I don't know. I guess I spoke my piece. You guys, tell me what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I don't know. You guys look into this. Tell me what you think. Am I thinking too much into this? Are we thinking about what the implications of this is going to be in the future? Because I'm not worried about the people right now. What I'm worried about are the next generation of people coming up. What's it going to be? I mean, this is going to have consequences. I just hope that society realizes that. The term woman is becoming a blurred issue. And I find that Black women support this a whole lot. That's a whole nother issue to itself, but they only support it until they want to insult or degrade a Black man. And then the insults come out. All of the negativity comes out, and the bad words, the anti this and that words, But you guys know where I'm going. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. And catch you guys later.
I feel like a